It's more than 640K of memory. How about that? Well, it's less than a minute to go before Ken starts his show. If I caught you up on everything, I think so. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I have to tell you tomorrow. My foot didn't have great hair and bandage on his head in order to be considered. Somebody recognize the band-aid. Nobody has ever. It's been what, 3 or 4 days now. It's actually one of those athletic adhesive tape that I've cut off of a roll. You guys in the bar fighting over one girl. What can I say? How many people believe that? You need to go to bed. Have a good stream, brothers from Ranger. Thanks for hanging with us. I'll send you off to Ken now.
You're already there, Doug. You just don't realize it.
For me to respond to for Windows Daily episode.
Hello, Tony. Hello, Rick. Hello, Bobby. As soon as he ends this, I will end it over here and get to the day's things. As you can see, it's cool. And, well, that's ironic that shows up. So, I'll wait for a couple people to join, and I'll explain my question to Doug. Hopefully my audio is good. I apologize for my voice. I know it sounds horrible, but whatever it is still fighting against me, or I'm fighting against it, or whatever. Yes, we still match. That's my goal. Whatever the background is, I want the t-shirt to match. So, Winter Mute. Good news, bad news. I was able to put F movies on the NVIDIA Shield, and it works. It's just real hinky. And by hinky, I mean it'll be playing along and then it'll skip forward or backwards. It's like a roulette. You have no idea where it's going to go. You also have the ability to change languages that I don't have on the computer, which that's fine. Why am I showing you a Zoom meeting? When I woke up this morning, all my monitors were off, as they should be. They're supposed to go to sleep. I pressed the space bar. My two monitors popped up. The two HP monitors popped up. And lo and behold, on one I was actively signed in to Zoom. Now, I know I left Zoom last night. I exited Zoom. I closed the program. I don't know what happened. That's why I asked Doug for a friend. Wink, wink. Were there any updates last night? Because I kind of figure if there was an update and it restarted the system and somehow it just miraculously started Zoom. I honestly do not know. It's got me concerned. It's got me a little bit worried. Best of my knowledge, no one's able to log into my computer that I'm aware of. So, 2 men in a bar fight over one girl actually choked on my coffee. Yeah, that was pretty good. I noticed that Band-Aid a while back. I just didn't want to say anything because I didn't know, recognition of being old. Didn't want to hurt his feelings by no means. Of course, if he's watching, I probably just hurt his feelings anyway. All right. I, like Doug, have no idea what I want to do today. Hence the name of, what are we going to do today? I have no idea. So, there was a Zoom update 2 days ago, but those are not automatic. Yeah, I actually came down here and clicked on end, which if I do it now, it's going to kick me out automatically because I'm the only one here. And then it reassigned someone to be the host. And then this closed automatically. Then I went over to said Zoom window that's already closed and closed on that. As far as going to the website and logging out, no, I did not do that. I will say this, it has never, ever started automatically until this morning. Yes, a new host is picked automatically. Thank you, Doug. I did check for updates, and let's go ahead and do that again. Make sure I did it correctly, because knowing me. So I went in here, Windows Update, View Update History, and it says October 20th, 2022, November 17th, 2021, and then the most recent one down here is April 12th, 2023. I don't see anything for the 26th of April or 25th or anything like that. And I did not scroll through here. It looks like it's chronological anyway. So yeah, I don't know. It is alarming, very alarming. So I kept this running just to show it's nobody can get in. I've got the waiting room on and the bell and all that. I'm not going to use it, but I just wanted to show that, and I didn't want to be disturbed with it. All right, let's get into Davinci Resolve. Again, I have no idea. I'm getting text messages from Mimi. That's a good thing. They're all in French. That's an okay thing. I just have to go translate them. I think I have like 10 messages now, and they are in French. When says closing other Zoom window only minimizes it. Right click on taskbar to close it. So you're talking about down here to close it. I will give that a shot and see. No, I'm not sure how it restarted either. It's weird, scary. I mean, it works. The monitors going to sleep works perfectly fine. 2 of them come on automatically, and the other 2 I have to manually turn on because they're not true monitors. They are television, so I have to hit the power button. No big deal. I'm going to mute my phone, otherwise we're going to get bombarded with the dings from Mimi. And I hate putting her off, but she's just texting at the most inopportune time. So what do I want to do? Well, I got an untitled project open. I want to come in here to effects. I want to grab... I want to see something here first. Yeah, by extending that out, that's what brings it like that. I kind of like it like that. I like being able to look down through here with the 2 columns and grab a text plus node. And I don't think it went in there. If it did, I'm not seeing it. I'll try that again. And then we'll close that. I don't need that open. And then we'll close media pool. I don't need that open. And we're going to go in here and put in some text. We're going to put in capital A space E space X space asterisk space A space asterisk. So that way, I'm not mentioning anyone's names. Windows key plus R, then whatever that word is. Okay, so we're going to go down here and we're going to hit Windows key plus R. And then type the word I can't pronounce today, RELIABILITY. Click on OK, I guess. Okay, did I do something wrong? It is me, after all. So, Windows key R. I'm guessing that brings up a run window. And then, let me make sure, is that capitalization should not matter, but RELIABILITY. And then hit OK. Whatever I'm doing it wrong. I said it wrong. Just the Windows key without the R. Well, thanks, Doug. So Windows key. And then what I want to do, go search over here in this search. And then type in REABILITY. That's not looking too good either. All right, I need someone to remote into the computer and do this for me because this is not going well at all. I said it wrong, just Windows key without the R. Need to search for it. Am I spelling it wrong? Oh, yeah, I spelled that way wrong, huh? Hey, I can't spell worth a dong. RELIABILITY. View reliability history. Yes, I spelled it wrong. Come on, you guys know I can't spell. my forte. Okay, what are we looking for now? We're looking for orange. We're looking for triangles and red X's. And there's nothing from last night. The last one was over here on the 24th. I'm presuming if I click on that, it tells me what it was. Oh, looky there, Davinci Resolve. What a shock that is. So I don't know how you close it. I guess you click on another day. And this says, on this day, I had Windows, DaVinci, Windows, and OBS. And I guess the warnings are, we were trying to delete Vegas Pro the other day, and by we, I was remotely connected with someone, or someone was remotely connected to me. We were trying to get rid of it. I don't use it. Doug says go Task Manager, so I'll minimize this just in case. Task Manager, and then we're going to go to Performance, and then we're going to go to the CPU tab, check bottom of the screen to see how long since the last restart. Am I seeing that somewhere? Does that tell me when it was last? William says, join the club of people who can't. I have not been able to spell my entire life. I used to get out of spelling bees when they would say, your word is cat. Can you use it in a sentence? The cat went meow. Is it a noun, a verb? What is it? It is a whatever. Pronoun, I think. I'm not sure. Didn't pay much attention in English either. Cat. D. Did it on purpose. I hated spelling bees. So what am I looking for here? Bottom left of this screen, uptime. Bottom left of this screen, uptime. So is there more to this screen that I'm not seeing that meets the eye, or what am I looking for? So bottom left says fewer details, open resource manager. So Doug's saying there was no restart. That is crazy. That means my ghosts are starting to figure out how to use the computer. Bottom left area, not corner. Okay, bottom left area. Well, geez, that could be over here. Yeah, you guys, uptime right here. I got you. Does that say 3 hours, 17 minutes, 56 seconds? Or is that 3 days, 17 hours? What does that equate to? Because if it's 3 hours, I woke up at 10 o'clock and pressed the space bar to bring everything out. 3 days. When are you saying it's 3 days? So no, there wouldn't have been. Okay. So this is, I guess, days, hours, minutes, and seconds. All right. Well, it's a conundrum. It's a real head scratcher, if you know what I mean. Interesting. Watch the counting seconds. I thought it was counting crows. Oh, well, counting seconds, counting crows, whatever. Thank you, Doug. I learned something today. I now know this is how long your computer's been running. I'll have to keep an eye on that. And then someone asked last night about when I'm running DaVinci, something about the memory. DaVinci's currently running, although there's not really a whole lot going on, but it's using 15 gigabyte of my 64. If I come down here to the graphics card, it's sitting there at half of the 8 that I have, but I'm not doing anything yet. If I were to figure out a way to incorporate this into DaVinci at the same time that I'm doing DaVinci, then excuse me, sorry about that. Then that's going to be really hard to read because you can't really make out this one you need to see, which is, yeah, I'm not sure how I would do that. Could probably four screen it, or maybe I could do this like that. But the problem is I would need to shrink this to say this in the foreground. When I click on this to make a change, obviously that goes away. So I would need to figure out, you know, for not having an idea of what I was going to do today, this is going actually a little better than I thought it would. So let's bring this over here. Let's bring that over there. Put this, nope. Well, just as soon as I say it's going better than I thought it was, reality sets in and it's going as horrible as it should be. All right, so let's go with that. And then if I do something like change the color, is that going to change anything down here? Doubtful. It's pretty minute little function. What if I were to jump over into Fusion, which is kind of what my plans were more or less. Right click, character level styling, go into the modifiers, close the media pool, drag this up to there. Then I can do individual letters. And I'm not watching down there to see. My guess, it did bump a little. No, that's the hard drive bumped a little bit. Or no, that's the memory. It did bump up slightly when I went into Fusion. And we all know I'm poking fun at Doug a little bit. We poke fun back and forth at one another. Don't mean anything malicious about it. BH Ringer, if you're watching, I did not mean to offend you with my April Fool's joke. Again, it seems to have stabilized. Ken, in the Task Manager, try clicking an Open Source Center. It's at the bottom, and you can choose individually to monitor, like the memory. It is a smaller box, I believe. I will look at that later. This is actually going to work pretty good right now. Because if I were to bring this up, bring this down, now it says it's using 5.5. I don't know if somebody just knocked on my door or if Mrs. K is making something for dinner. Could be either or. So I want to go into transform, and I've got that A highlighted, and I just want to mess around with this just to see if, now I ran into problems with this the other day. I actually had to redo something because when can I add text in here? Yeah, I guess I can. So oops. Oops. Looks like it jumped up in the memory a little bit, 5.8, just by adding a little bit of text. Let's go with this right there. All I'm doing is trying to pay attention to this number down here. I'm sure if I did more, it would really max it out. In fact, let's push it a little bit here. What if I come over here and shift space this, and type in duplicate, which is DUP, and I just want a duplicate, and I add that in there. It automatically adds it because I was highlighted on that instead of, now if I take this out and I off click on here and I hit shift space and then add, it puts it down there in the middle of nowhere. If I'm on the node, shift space, add, it puts it in the pipeline or the flow chart or whatever you want to call it. So I want to be on the duplicate. I'm going to make, I don't want to I don't want to go nuts. Let's just go with 4 copies. And then we come back over here to here. Let's see what that did. That did absolutely nothing. So let's go, not the color page. Oh, look. No. I thought it maxed it out. Getting there, though. We're up to 6.6. It is getting there. Maybe if I slide this over a little bit. No, maybe, I don't know. Go right there. So the duplicate mode, and then we want the size to be, there we go. Let's take that back to there. Come over here to the edit page, and there we go. Now from within here, there is a there should be a bunch of things I can do in here. By should be, there probably means there's not going to be any. We can change the size, obviously. And that's just a duplicate. It just duplicates everything that is in there. And I said I wanted 4, so there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and there is. Now I'm wondering if in Fusion at character level, can I actually change? No, it looks like I cannot. I was wanting to see if we could like duplicate Alex's name a few times and then jump down to Josh's name and duplicate it in the opposite direction or whatever. Maybe with the transform node, I can do that. Yeah, see, we're pegged right now. We're at 8 gigabyte. We're actually at 8.5. So just that little bit of work. Jitter, I don't have any idea what jitter does. Oh, you know what? I bet it does. Let's just bump that up a little bit. Don't really see that does anything. Change the size. Oh, cool. I like that. Keyframeable too. That's kind of neat. So let's put that back to 0. Change the angle. This is where you get into some of your weirder. Can I not go with the negative number? Negative 2.25. You cannot go with the negative number. Interesting. That's interesting. Unless I didn't put my negative number in right. Minus 3.0. Nope, can't put a negative number in there. Lock size. Let's not lock the size. See if that has anything to do with the angle. Common sense tells me it clearly does not. And it does not. So let's go with the Y size. There's, again, man, there's just so many things you can do with this. Whatever your little imagination can think of, you can do it. And you can really just come in here and mess with someone's mind or head. Of course, that's going to look horrible. And since I didn't keyframe, angle equals 0 to 360. Yeah, and a lot of cases you can do negative numbers as well for the angle. You can do a negative 360, but in this case, apparently it's not going to let me. So, all right, let's put that back to 0. Let's put this at the beginning. Let's set a keyframe at that. Let's go to the end and let's just type in 360. I'm going to be different. I want it to be 359. Go back over here. Go to the beginning. Hit play. Probably is choppy because it's rendering at the same time. I could test that theory real quick. I got about 7 minutes to go anyway. I'm watching the time. I go over here to render. I'm just going to throw it over here in a test file somewhere. I know I have a test file down here somewhere. Throw it in test, save. As you can see, I got quite a bit in test. Render it out. Render. Shouldn't take but about, wow, seriously, 1.5 minutes to render that? That's super hard to believe. But you can see that's pegged out. Kind of fun doing this. Different. Can't believe it's taken that long for that to. I really thought that would have rendered out in 10-15 seconds at the very most, but I guess all that little background motion causes it to render. Things I think should render instantly within 10 seconds don't, and things I think should take 10-15 minutes render in about seconds. Really, really weird. Really, really, really strange. And we're coming up on being done. Done. Minute 2. So it rendered about 15 seconds quicker than it thought it would. I'm going to go ahead and shut this. Well, it'll be covered up anyway. That starts over on the other tab. Of course it does. We'll go into test. I think that's where I just put it. It should be untitled because I didn't give it a name. And yeah, see, when it renders out, it's smooth. I figured that's what it was. The thing I don't like though is I don't have the duplicate effect that I wanted, so I'm gonna have to work on that. Pretty cool. All right, I think that's gonna do it for today. I'm not gonna keep that. That was just a test. I'm getting better at that. Jim would be so proud. And then the other thing is I don't plan on keeping that, so I'm just gonna hit the X. Don't save it. Again, tutorial. Just gives me it gives me some means to go in and mess around. So let's see how long it takes that to drop. That's pretty good. Within 2 or 3 seconds of shutting off Davinci Resolve, the graphics card dropped considerably. So I'm okay with that. I guess I'm on the graphics card. CPU looks like it dropped as well. Memory should have dropped. Yep, we're all good. All right. Chris Garrett says, I have a web TV connected to my big screen by console. Yeah, I followed the website that Wintermute sent me, and I actually have Brave browser on the Kodi, and it does work. It's just real hinky in that you'll be watching and it'll skip forward or it'll skip backwards. And I'm not sure why that is. That's just something I'll work on later. But both Mrs. K and I messed around with it. We went and found the TV series Charmed. She wanted to see it, so we did. Tonight will be 10:30. My time, 9:30 Central, 7:30 on the West Coast. Hope to see everybody there. And I am going to get some rest this afternoon. And hopefully I'll make it through the entire hour. I want to thank everyone. Oh, by the way, I need to go look at something. I have a new subscriber, and I don't remember if I deleted this or not. Probably did, knowing me. No, Nicholas Hooks subscribed to my channel. That's the latest subscribers, Nicholas Hooks. Thank you, Nicholas. Hopefully you are going to be a returning customer. 266 still. Good numbers. Thanks, everybody. I'm looking for how to shut this off. I don't know if this will work or not. Let's see if this will work or not. Oh, look, it works. That's not macroed in, by the way. I just pushed the button on OBS. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you tonight at 10:30. Thanks for being here. Back-to-back chaotic streams. Doug and myself. Oh no, the meat meeps are back. They better be. You know what? I'm going to replay that. Oh yeah, I just heard a meat meep. And I hear the echo. Cool. Thank you. Have a great afternoon. I'll see you guys tonight. Bye for now. That's pretty good.